Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at grammar from Q Skills 2 Listening and Speaking Unit 4. And today we're going to look at the imperative. So are you ready? This is what we're going to cover today. The imperative, what it is, using the imperative, then over to you, which means practice. So I'm going to ask you to use it. Then we will do an exercise or two exercises from the listening and speaking on pages 70, 72 and 73. And finally, we'll look at some LMS activities using the imperative. Okay, let's get started. The imperative. First of all, it's very easy to use, and I'm going to show you how. It's simply a verb with no subject. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look. For example, go. You see, there's a verb there, and there's no subject. It doesn't say I go, or you go, or they go, just go. This is the imperative. It can also be a verb plus another word. So we say go and something after it. Let's have a look at an example. In this one, we're using the verb come. So come here. So we're adding another word. The negative form is also very easy to use, so let's have a look. It's simply the word don't plus a verb, or don't plus a verb and another word or words. So it could be don't go, don't come here. Let's have a look at another example. For example, don't cheat in the exams. So we've got don't plus the verb cheat and some more words. That is the imperative. It's easy, isn't it? And finally, to make it even easier, there are no question forms in the imperative. Okay, let's continue. When do we use the imperative? Well, we use it to give instructions. For example, you often hear your teacher say, open your books at page 44. Or you're asking for directions in the street and somebody might say, turn left. We also use it to give commands, to tell somebody to do something. So, for example, stop talking. Don't use your mobile phone. Now, there are two more times when we use the imperative. Let's take a look. To give advice. For example, go to hospital, you're ill. Or eat well. And finally, to invite somebody. So, please, come to the party. Or have some coffee with me. Now, is that difficult? Now, what we're going to do is practice. So you need to think. It's a good idea now to take a pen and paper, and I'm going to show you some sentences, but the words are not in the correct order. So let's have a look. What you have to do is put the words in the correct order. So for example, don't camera the drop. These words are not in the correct order. So just remember, the verb is important and the word don't is important. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video and try to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sentences. And then we'll check the answers. Right, are you ready then? Let's just check the answers then. See if you got the same as me. Don't drop the camera. As I said before, this is a negative imperative. It's don't plus the verb and then some more words. In this case, don't drop the camera. Let's look at the others. Go home. Don't speak like that. Don't pay attention to her. And tell him to be quiet. Did you get the same answers? It's easy, isn't it? Let's look at the other 5. Don't drive too fast. Close the door. This one was a bit more difficult because we had two imperatives, sit down and open your book at page 26. Listen to me and do not say a word. We can also say do not or don't. Do not is more formal. Now it's time to open your books. So please, I'd like you to take out your books and I'd like you to go to page 70 first of all. And then we're going to do an exercise on this page 70, and then on pages 72 and 73. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to the book. Okay, here we go. This is page 70. This is the exercise I want you to look at the bottom. I'd like you to pause the video and try and complete the sentences. These are your instructions. Complete the conversation, use imperatives. Then practice the conversation with a partner. So let's have a look at the first one. Khalid, me set up this board game, please. The verb we need is help, and it's affirmative. What do you think the answer is? What I'd like you to do is pause the video and complete the conversation. Okay, let's check the answers. This is affirmative, so it's help. How do we set it up? Please show me the instructions. This is a negative one. The instructions, I can tell you how to do it, just... Okay. Don't use the instructions, I can tell you how to do it, just watch me. Oh, I see. Give me the question cards, I can sort them. Don't sort them just yet. First we need to put all the pieces on the board. I have an idea. You work on the pieces, I can find the score sheet. Okay, finally, what we're going to do now is go to the LMS, and I'd like you to go to Unit 4 in Q Skills Listening and Speaking, and I'd like you to choose this exercise here. You will have to listen to a conversation and write the imperative verbs that you hear. So you need to click here. You can go back if you've missed something and complete the imperatives as you do that. Pause the video and then try. And when you finish that, what I'd like you to do is do the second exercise in grammar expansion. Reorder each set of words to make an imperative sentence. So for example, we've got play with the game your brother. How do we do that? Well, I think it's play the game with your brother. So let's have a look. That's the first one. That's the second. The third one. Okay, what I'd like you to do is try 2, 3, and 4. Okay, thank you very much. Okay now. Finally, thank you for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed this and you see the imperative is really, really simple to do.